Do you ever worry as a learner about traffic, slowing down behind traffic, pulling away from traffic, and pulling away from traffic on a hill, and worry about traffic behind you at the same time? So today's video, we're going to try and cover that. I'm going to have a camera ahead of me, a camera on me, a camera on my feet to see what's going on. I'm going to talk about what gear I'm in. So hopefully it'll help you. If it does, give it the thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, click on subscribe. So we're coming to a roundabout. We're going to follow the road ahead, and it's usually quite busy, this one, so I'm expecting to give way. There's a little bit of traffic behind, but quite far away, so it's nothing too much pressure. And I'm just slowing down. I'm in 5th gear at the moment. I'm just bringing the speed down for that second. Yeah, it's quite busy. I'm in 2nd gear at the moment. A little bit of traffic ahead of me, and then back on the clutch for first. So when you're in traffic like this, it is quite nerve-wracking as a learner, because you're worried about the car behind you bibbing you, and you worry about stalling and holding traffic up. And what you've got to say is just take your time. So I'm not using handbrake, I'm using a bit of gas, a bit of biting point. But I'm not lifting the clutch off, I'm just holding it. Think of it like a manoeuvre. And then lowering the clutch down, letting it roll, covering the brake, letting it roll towards them, because you've got plenty of time. When he pulls off, I'm not going to rush. I'm just going to do the same thing and repeat it. So the thing is, it's not a rush to get there. Every now and then check, but keep an eye on the car in front of you. That's a danger one. The one behind you, don't worry about them. All you've got to do is concentrate on pulling off safely. See, you could be waiting, that car's waiting for a while. We could be waiting for a while too after he goes. So a little bit of gas, just below the biting point. So I'm kind of waiting, because it's on a bit of a flat, slight hill, nothing too bad. I'm just waiting patiently. A little bit more clutch and gas. Bring myself closer. Lower the clutch a little bit. Just cover the brake, let it roll up to it. And I'm looking for the gap now. Bit of gas, bit of biting point, and I'm off. A little bit of gas, letting it get out of your way. That's it. Bit of brake then into the gas. And that's the thing is, as I pull off really nice then, that truck pulled out. So I'm kind of easing off the gas and going back on the brake, because I've got to slow down for the truck, otherwise I'm going to hit it. And that's road ahead, got 2 lanes going the same way, so I'm going to take the left lane. I'm going to slow down for 2nd gear, and I'm just covering the brake, covering the clutch, but not pressing it, and then clutch down for first, and then gas and go. Because I was just going a bit too slow then for 2nd, and I'm back in 2nd gear now. Back to 3rd gear, but I'm not pressing the gas out because of the red light. Just easing off it. I didn't want to stay in 2nd because I'll use more petrol there. It's going fast enough for 3rd. I'm slowing down, expecting the lights to change. There's the white line. That's where I want to stop. Pops it in 1st gear at that point. So as I stopped, I'm in 1st gear. Because what you've got to remember is, as you're stopping for the lights, they're going to change at some point. I'll put the handbrake on. I don't need to put my foot on the brake there. There's no point in annoying the guy behind you if you're there for a long period of time. Foot's on the clutch, I'm in 1st gear, that's what you got to remember. A bit of gas, a little bit of biting point, quite flat, and just take my time pulling off. It's not a race to pull off, and that's what you got to remember. Lots of learners will stall because they try and rush to get away, to please the guy behind them. And we're just going to follow the road ahead at the roundabout. So as I approach it, the lights are on green. There's a roundabout, I'm in 4th gear at the moment. I'm in the 40 zone, doing 38. Covering the brake, starting slowing down. There's the middle lane to go ahead. Drop it in 2nd gear. Lift the clutch off, cover the brake. Check into my right. A little bit of traffic, so I'm slowing down, looking where I'm going. Pop it in first. Gas, biting point, hold that clutch steady, lift off slowly. There's my left lane, back to 3rd gear, mirrors, signal to come off. And then cancel your signal. At the roundabout, we're going to do a right turn, 3rd exit. I know there's a hill after this roundabout, so like I say, if you know your areas and you're not very good on hills, you're going to try and avoid them. But what you want to say is, if it's quiet, try it, because you're going to get good at it eventually. Dropping down to 2nd gear, checking to my right, There's a car on the right, so I'm slowing down for first. There's a nice big gap behind him, a little bit of gas, hold the clutch steady, take your time. Don't worry about the gear change, straighten myself up, change the gear a second. So there's the junction at the end of the road, it's on a hill. Back to third gear, no point in staying second. Check my mirrors to the right, 'cause that's where I want to go. I'm going to do a right turn. And like I say, no matter how good you get, you've got to stop, you can't see. It's a closed junction. So don't be tempted to chance it, slowing down for first gear. That's the pressure, you see, because it's the hill. Now you've got a choice, not behind us. So handbrake on, bit of gas, bit of biting point, hold it. Hold the feet still, let the car do the work. Back to second gear. If you're trying to rush off, you're going to either go off too fast, it's going to cause you to rush your steering, or you're going to judder or stall or roll backwards, or even shunt forward and stall. So there's no rush. We're looking to go around this car or this truck. This is the thing, when you're driving around and you think about, oh God, hills, busy traffic, I've got to give way. It happens. You get good at it, and you've got to not worry about it. You've got to just concentrate on you. And I know I've said this a few times, but you've got to. Slowing down for first gear. And I'm going to use, not behind me, I'm just going to use me gas and biting point. If I come off the brake, it rolls gently, not a big hill. Gas, hold the clutch, pretty quick. And we'll carry on. Yeah, so as you drive along, you just got to keep reminding yourself that you are learning, and the worry about pulling away from traffic or pulling away from junctions and worry about stalling, it'll eventually not worry you, because you're going to get quite good at controlling your feet and pulling off nice and smooth with the car. So we're going to go left at the end and then a right at the roundabout. So there's a couple of little things to do. Bit of a closed junction, you can't really see. Check the mirrors and signal. I'm in second gear at the moment, but I'm going to slow down for first because I can't see on the right. Bit of gas, bit of biting point, hold it still. Just lift the clutch a little bit to hold it. Back to second gear, going to do a right turn at the roundabout. Checking to my right. I'm going to be a little bit careful because that truck's blocking the view of cars coming through. See? So I've got to be a little bit careful here because cars might come whizzing through. It's blocking the view there. So that silver car really should have paid a bit more attention to the danger there, shouldn't they? That's what you got to say. So if you're in that silver car's position, you should have really slowed down a bit and looked. It whizzed through there as though it was clear, and it wasn't because I was coming through, but I could see him coming and I anticipated the danger. So we've got a hill start on a light with a tunnel. So, and there's cars there, and there's a truck behind me. So as a learner, this is probably a nightmare for someone who worries about pulling away. So you just got to say to yourself, slow myself down. I'm going to leave a little gap here to get any of them want to turn. It also gives me opportunity to pull forward more. So if any of them cars want to turn up that road, they've got the space where that silver car is kind of blocking half of the junction for them. So I'm in first gear, bit of gas, bit of biting point, hold it still, let the car move, and increase the gas and lift the clutch. Back to second gear, checking my mirrors to move in the middle. So there's a lot of pressure there for a learner to pull off without stalling or without rolling backwards, because you have the hill, you have the traffic ahead of you, traffic behind you, and the lights. And if you're at the front of the lights, you feel like you've got more pressure, and you just got to say, when you get to the lights, get yourself organised, get your gas, get your biting point, get your first gear, all these things ready. Okay, so we'll wrap it up at this point, and if you've enjoyed the video, feel free to watch the next video next time.